My name's Caitlin. I'm the grass-fed girl, and today I want to talk to you about fats. I always see my clients coming in and they cut fat, but guess what happens? They get crazy about sugar and they just want to eat sugar all day long. So, cutting fat is not really the answer. We just want to focus on the right fats. So, what are the right fats to eat? You want to think about things that your grandmother would have eaten. So, um, or maybe further back, even your grandmother's grandmother, or people in the country where you came from originally. So, um, people a long time ago, they used to eat a lot of fat from animals, and those are very stable fats, and they're very good to cook with. So, you could save your bacon grease and put it on the side of the stove and eat that when you're cooking vegetables, or, a lot of people eat beef tallow. That's beef fat, and duck fat, and all those kinds of things are good to save when you're cooking and reuse them to cook vegetables, or um, you can make them into recipes. Like I have a pate recipe where you can use duck fat, for example. And the other thing you want to think about is, could I make this fat in my own kitchen? Um, most of those things you can make. I made the beef tallow in my kitchen. Butter's easily made in the kitchen. Um, and olive oil, something you could probably make in the kitchen without a lot of problems. The another thing is coconut. You could probably, um, squeeze that in some way, or you could just eat the meat. There's full of fats in the coconut that are very, very satisfying and good for burning belly fat and lots of things like that. So coconut is another really healthy fat. So another thing you want to think about is, does the fat you're eating taste really good? And this is where I think you can think about corn oil, canola oil, soybean oil. All of those have virtually no taste at all. They are bleached and deodorized in factories, heated to very high temperatures, so that when we get them, they're already oxidized. So they're already going bad as soon as you open them. They're already bad. So they have to bleach them and deodorize them to make them smell good, and they put colors in them to make them look good. Otherwise, when we open it, they would stink and they may turn colors. So that's not what I want to be eating. They cause skin aging. Um, they can break down our gut lining and increase the risk of autoimmune disease. So they disrupt thyroid function. So it's really important to get away from the plastic bottled fats, like canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil. A lot of people don't realize they're eating these. The spray Pams, for example, are really dangerous. And you really need to be eating fat with your meals so that you can absorb vitamins. And they provide, the natural fats provide extreme satiation. So if you're just eating Pam and egg whites, I guarantee you're going to be hungry and you're going to probably overeat and binge later on in the day. So it's better to just go ahead and eat a tablespoon or so of natural fats like butter, coconut oil, ghee, olive oil on your salads, things like that. So you want to ask yourself, does it really taste good? So soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, cottonseed oil, those don't taste good. You can't make them in your own kitchen. You would have to have a factory to make that. I mean, think about a cottonseed oil or a canola seed. You can't make that in your own kitchen. I mean, they don't even have any fat in them, so they have to use extreme methods to even get fat out of those types of seeds. Another thing about that is most seeds are genetically modified, like canola, corn oil, corn seeds, and soybean oil. Those are all genetically modified crops. So we really don't know what those seeds do to us, what those crops do to us over the long term, because they were just introduced in the last 15 or 20 years. So we're the first generation to really see the effects of genetically modified foods. They've never been tested. So you really want to avoid genetically modified foods, and most soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil are all genetically modified. So so go over it again. Think about, did my grandmother make this? Did she eat this? Can I make it in my own kitchen? And also, does it taste really good? And those three things you can probably use to figure out if a fat is a good choice. So thank you so much for watching. GrassFedGirl.com.